new merch coming soon. Link to the store in the description.
All right, guys, today we're here in Miami Design District at the 1916 Company, and I'm sitting here next to Megan, and we're gonna go over 5 pieces that they have here in their amazing inventory. Only 5, maybe we'll do a 6th one if we have time. So we're gonna start off with a wrist check. We're gonna have Megan share what she has on her wrist.
Happy to be back, you guys. Thank you so much for having me. So today on my wrist, I've got my classic Omega Seamaster, two-tone, diamond bezel, great little watch. I mean, it's a lot of history. It's from, I want to say, the 90s. It's just a very fun, playful piece, very light, easy to wear. I don't even notice that it's on my wrist half the time. Just good classic.
I don't know why I always see mostly Cartier, Santos, you know, but this is a great alternative. I think while I'm out in the streets, I'll recommend this Constellation for ladies to pick up. It's a great size.
Thank you.
18 karat gold. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I know you said you always see the Santos.
Yeah.
I am partial. I'm a Santos owner myself. I love the watch.
Yeah.
We may be getting into one a little bit later here today.
Yeah.
But for the ladies, the Constellation, and honestly for the men, there's so many good Constellation models out there. Again, super thin. You don't, I mean, it's like not even on my wrist.
True,
Right,
true.
so I love it.
And another Constellation is the one on my wrist. It's the 167.005 with the beads of rice bracelet. I was able to pick up factory beads of rice bracelet. And if you get a Constellation like this, you have to get the pie pan dial. That's the one thing I would suggest. But yeah.
I love it. It looks great.
Yeah. 34 millimeter size case also, by the way. For the guys out there that think 34 is a little too small.
Listen, 34, 36, 37, 38 has been all the rage.
Yeah.
You know, people who originally wouldn't even think to be open to a 34 millimeter, they're buying them up left and right. I mean, it's a really good size.
Yeah.
It doesn't take up too much wrist presence, I think, so you get a bit more of that beautiful bracelet.
Yep. Definitely a good piece. So now we're done with the intro. Let's get straight into some of the pieces. All right, guys, now for the first piece, I'm gonna pick it, and we're gonna start off with the one that stood out to me when I first walked in. I didn't know what brand it was, first of all, and I think the same thing may go for you guys as well, because this one is pretty subtle. It doesn't scream the brand on it, especially on the dial. So yeah, tell us about this.
Yeah, so in hand now we have the H. Moser and Sai Endeavor Setner Seconds in the Cosmic Green. I'm partial to this watch. I love anything green, go birds. But this watch, what makes it really special is it's an indie brand based in Switzerland. Very low production numbers. They make anywhere between like 3,000 to 4,000-ish a year. But like you said, it doesn't scream the brand. So they use invisible ink on the dial. So you really have to hold it to a certain light to see where it says H. Moser and Sai. It's a brand that no one's gonna know what's on your wrist. It's gonna spark some conversation. It's very simple, and that's what I really love about Moser. They put all their energy, aside from their amazing in-house movement, to the dial. Right, the dial is what really catches your eye when it comes to Moser. You know, in our lighting right now, like in lounge, it's kind of a dark green. The minute you get outside, you get some natural sunlight on it. It's a totally different watch. They're very playful. I mean, you can see the finishing on the back is phenomenal. Stainless steel case. We've got the rubber strap, green dial. I mean, it's beautiful. And
I would definitely say this is a rare piece, because I've been doing the street interviews for a while now, over 400 interviews. And just random people as well, and I've never seen a Moser.
Now that you've seen them, I'm sure you'll notice. Because again, like when you're walking on the street, you just don't think anything of it, right? They usually just stick with like one color on the dial. You know, it's usually a very fun, vibrant color, but even then, it's really not going to scream, you know, hey, it's a Rolex, hey, it's a Patek, right? It's got a very simple case shape that makes it pretty incognito.
Okay. And is this the only option for bracelet, or it comes with
No. So it comes on the rubber, but so while they don't have an integrated bracelet for this, or a bracelet option to put on it, they do have some other model lines, like the Streamliner, which is known for the integrated bracelet. That's a great watch, totally worth checking out. They have the, I want to say it's the Pioneer that comes on a stainless steel bracelet, but for this, it's just going to be a couple strap options. But of course, with any watch, you change the color of the strap, it changes the watch completely.
True.
I'm sure you could play around with NATO, rubber.
Green.
Exactly.
A green strap would be nice on it.
Green would be really nice, or even like a nice white strap for down here in Miami for the summer months. I think it could be a really good fit.
For sure. Now, the second piece is actually going to be my favorite piece on this table, and it's the IWC.
The engineer.
Yeah.
I can't blame you. So another great example of an integrated, well, this aside from the streamliner, as I was mentioning earlier, great integrated bracelet. Basically in 2023, they brought back the classic 1976 Genta design for this piece. So you definitely see, you know, bits of the Nautilus on the bracelet. You've got bits of AP, you know, in just the case shape.
It really does resemble the AP Royal Oak, for sure, especially with the bezel. And the bracelet actually reminds me of the Nautilus. So it's like a mix of
both.
If the two had like a child.
For a much better price tag.
Yeah, how much?
These are somewhere like sub 10, usually like anywhere from 8 to 11, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one that I would definitely recommend for you guys to look at. You know, stop looking at Rolex. I don't want to keep bashing Rolex, but there's other brands. And I always say IWC.
Yeah, IWC doesn't get enough love.
Yeah, and I never really focus on a specific model that IWC makes, but this is one for sure.
Yeah, I think if you're not keen on getting into like the big pilot watches, this is such a great choice, especially if you're looking for something on a bracelet. You know, it doesn't have the quick release on it, so you are, you know, you're locked in onto the bracelet, but I think everybody needs a good bracelet piece. They have an amazing movement. And yeah, you can't go wrong. IWC, it's one of those entry-level brands that they're always cooking up something new. You know, they're listening to people, they're giving the people what they want. I think we're gonna see a lot of really great things from this brand in the next few years.
For sure, for sure. And you mentioned the Pilot. That's one that a lot of people think are a little bit too large, but they do have some smaller, like 39 millimeter size Pilots.
Yeah, they do. Just like with every brand, right? I think a lot of times we hear something about a brand and then it makes us think like, oh, unobtainable, unreachable. Oh, you know, they focus primarily on big cases. I'm say you're a 36 millimeter type of guy, you're not going to really reach for it. You don't really know, right? Until you really put it on your wrist and play around with it. True. You know, this is a 40 millimeter, but I don't think it necessarily sits like a 40, depending on your wrist size. For someone, it might fit a little bit smaller. For someone, it might fit a little bit bigger. But at the end of the day, it's a pretty universal watch.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you need one.
For sure. See, from like here, people might think it's a Patek Nautilus. Yeah. And then from the front, it's like, oh, okay, it's something else. Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got the texture dial. It's a great choice for someone looking for a sports piece.
For sure.
Let's reach for the other blue one on the table. We've got the Seamaster 600M. Unidirectional bezel. I mean, this is a diver's watch, like guy's dream. I mean, this is a classic. You can't go wrong with this watch. It's a watch I think everybody needs to have in their collection. If you're not reaching for the Speedmaster, you got to get into a Seamaster. Just a bit of history and heritage there. You've got the really cool mesh bracelet. A lot of people say this is incredibly comfortable. A bit too big on my wrist, so I can't attest personally, but that's what the people are saying. 43.5 millimeters, so it is going to be a bit on the bigger side, but of course, as a diver's piece, you need it to be a bit bigger, chunkier.
It's functional.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the little pop of orange there, which is very fun and playful, and the exhibition case back, so you can see the movement. Not that you need to when you're diving, but for when you want to take it off the wrist and stare at it.
Yeah. This also goes along with one of the other rules in my video. 5 rules that every watch enthusiast shouldn't break, and it's to not wear a dive watch with a tux.
I would agree with you for most instances, but then, you know, if we think about like the James Bond, for example, you can wear that with a tux.
What, the 36 millimeter? Yeah.
I think that would look good. But for the most part, if I see anyone wearing this in a tux,
or
I'm
like
gonna have a problem.
Like a Rolex Deep Sea.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if it's the only watch in the collection, definitely. But you can also go pick up a really great Oris even for $500 to $1,000 and have that be your dressy piece, and can't go wrong.
Really nice. A different bracelet for me, I would put it on like an oyster style type of bracelet.
Like a nice rubber.
Yeah, or rubber. Rubber. There you go. The mesh, not so much my taste, but
to each their own. Personally, I like it. I think it adds a little more oomph to the watch, but I can totally see where throwing it on a bracelet or a strap, I'm sorry, is going to be more of somebody else's speed.
Yeah.
Certainly.
All right.
Speaking of watches that you can swap in and out of real quick, your least favorite on the table, the Cartier Santos.
No, I love it.
I am so biased to this watch. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a Cartier girl through and through, especially the Santos line.
Me too,
I
me
love
too.
it. I think the quick release on the back, makes the bracelet so easy to swap from strap back to bracelet, back to another strap that you have, and it completely gives the watch a whole new life. Again, I chose a green dial. It's the season, good words. But this one comes in at 39.8 millimeter. It's a really good size, I find, for most. I'm really torn whether or not I like the 36 better or this 39, but I think both are really great options.
Nice piece. Nice piece. No. I do like the Cartier Santos, but it doesn't look. Yeah, it looks good. But I prefer the vintage.
Listen, if you put a nice Demont in front of me, I'm gonna reach for that. But when it comes to something newer, I think if you're looking for a new watch in a very affordable price range and something that is going to be classic, it is going to be timeless. You can wear it today, you can wear it 50 years from now.
Yeah.
This watch will always be it for me. I mean, when it comes to people talking to me about like, hey, what do I get for my first piece?
Yeah.
Santos, always. It's just the quick release on the back, I can't emphasize enough how convenient it is.
For sure.
Right? Even if you are running out the door, you can change that strap in half of a second to back on the bracelet or vice versa. For something like this green dial, you can throw it on a really nice black or brown alligator. You can throw it on a nice rubber strap or a NATO strap, and that watch is just gonna look good in any condition. It's gonna look great with a suit, shorts, a dress, whatever it may be. I mean, gosh, I'm in love with that watch.
Yeah. It's great, casual, formal, both. The one thing I love is the bracelet, for sure.
It's one of the most comfortable bracelets I've
I'm a bracelet guy, honestly. Sometimes the bracelet makes the watch.
I agree with you. Like for yours,
for mine,
I love your Constellation, especially with the bracelet.
Yeah, the Beads of Rice bracelet makes the watch for sure. This makes it. That bracelet definitely makes the watch.
Yeah, thank you. For
sure. And like, let's say Rolex, let's talk about Rolex. The Jubilee bracelet, the President bracelet.
Those are iconic.
Yeah.
They scream what the watch is before you even get too close to see what the dial is. I mean, Rolex will always be Rolex. But when it comes to bracelets, I think there's quite a few really cool options on the market. I mean, even this IWC, what a neat bracelet. I mean, I know you don't love the mesh on the Omega, but even that to me, I think is really fun.
For sure. All right, now the last piece, we're gonna look at it, and this one is definitely for the ladies.
Yeah, so this one is definitely for the ladies. We have a white gold Cartier Ballon Bleu. I love this watch. It's a classic watch. So we've got the 2 rows of the factory set diamonds. This is another really great example of, depending on the strap you throw it on, it changes the watch completely. We've got the classic ivory dial, white gold material. I mean, this is as amazing as it can be for a blank canvas for someone, right? And 36 millimeter, so the men can wear it, throw a black strap on it. If you like a little bit of bling,
there's some men that would pull this off.
This is a good watch.
I could pull this off.
I think you could.
Yeah, black strap.
36 millimeter, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good universal size. Typically, I mean, down here in Miami, it's a different ball game. We see a lot of women here rocking Daytonas like bracelets. So they're not shy of the 40 millimeter, but this 36, it's gonna hug the wrist nicely. It's gonna look good on anyone's wrist, whether you've got a 4.5 inch or up to a 7. I think you could really pull it off.
Yeah, and factory diamonds, of course.
Of course.
If you're gonna have diamonds on your watch, make sure it's factory.
Yes.
I also mentioned
aftermarket.
I kind of mentioned in a recent video that with, like, let's say a Rolex Datejust, you could pass with the aftermarket bezel, where you could just pop it off, put back the original fluted.
You're hurting my feelings here, Clyde. So I will die on the hill that you should never touch your watch. Aside from changing the strap, you never want to mess around with the parts, right? You want to keep it all original. It's how it was intended to be worn. I think if you, especially with a brand such as Rolex too, there's a zillion configurations out there. So if you're not finding one that really speaks to you, just give it some time. Another one will enter the market and it's going to fit the bill of what it is. As an advisor, I can't advise against touching pieces and customizing enough.
Yeah.
You know, again, we deal in all original to factory. We're very strict with our pieces. There's nothing fun about going to get a watch and buying a watch and then later finding out that something was changed.
Right.
Right? It's not fun. So I always say, like, leave it as it is. And if you feel like you need to change something, reach for a different watch.
I am strict on aftermarket. I don't really like too much aftermarket, like
Sure.
bust down watches, no. But if someone asks and they have a Datejust and they just want a little flash on it, I would say, yeah, just make sure the diamonds aren't too big and it doesn't look off. You know, make sure it matches the watch a little bit. Yeah, no, all right. Okay, well, you know, agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. A matter of opinion.
Same thing, like let's say with a dial, right? Let's Rolex Datejust. You could switch out the dial to different color.
Or
Yeah.
you can just buy the one you want originally. And then if you grow out of that one, you call me and you just trade it in.
Get another, yeah.
And we'll get you another one.
That's
I find too, when it comes to aftermarket diamonds, right? Diamonds themselves inherently aren't expensive, but a lot of jewelers do the crazy markup on them, right?
Yeah.
Because diamonds are sentimental, right? That's what we pay the premium for.
Right.
That being said, a lot of times too, you got to be really careful when you are buying something that is aftermarket, say an aftermarket bezel, right? The money you are putting into that bezel typically amounts for a very similar price difference to getting the one that you want.
That's
as
fact,
is.
yeah.
So it's factory. You know, you never want to be in a position where you compromise yourself. And I think when it comes to playing with aftermarket parts, while I totally see the appeal, and you know, I don't hate on it. I know it seems like I'm a big hater, but I'm not. I just really think like you want to keep them original to make sure that the value stays there, right? It's a market-based industry. You never know what watches are going to go for. You could wake up one day and prices completely shuffle, but the only way that you're going to be in the best possible standing is making sure that you have everything that it originally comes with, and you never throw out those box and papers. And yeah, you just want to make sure that you're not buying the watch, you're buying the dealer, right? So.
Exactly. Last question. You mentioned box and papers. How do you feel about box and papers?
So it depends, right? I think it depends on the piece, right? When it comes to vintage, if we have box and papers, it's like a miracle.
Yeah.
Like, wow. But for the newer stuff, it's nice to have. But you're going to see that price difference on the secondary market. I don't think box and papers are nearly as important today as they were even 8 years ago, right? Pre the COVID boom.
Yeah.
Nowadays, watches trade hands so frequently and amongst collectors that a lot of the time the box and papers aren't necessary. And the price difference you see, which is typically about 15%, it's taken into account at the moment you buy the watch, and then it's taken again into account when you go to sell it.
Right.
So it's not drastic. I don't think it's mandatory. Is it nice to have? Most certainly. But should you walk away from a watch if it doesn't have box or papers? That depends on the dealer you're working with.
Yeah, I say don't walk away. It's all about the condition first.
Sure.
And then all the extras are just bonus.
Yeah, certainly. Because again, you notice the price difference, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be cheaper if it doesn't have box and papers. And if you're buying it from somebody who's trusted and a reputable dealer, I don't see why not. Majority of the pieces I have, no box, no papers. I'm fine with that. I just know that later down the line, if I decide to trade it in, I'll notice it then, but nothing drastic, like I said.
Lovely. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing your expertise on these timepieces. And I'm sure we'll see you again in another video.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I'm so glad you were able to pop into our lounge today in the design district. It's always a lot of fun and pleasure working with you and kind of discussing these pieces. So.
Yeah, and you guys are by appointment only?
So we are appointment only, although, you know, we can post my number, and, you know, if anyone's in the area, just come by, say you're looking for Megan, I'm happy to help.
Perfect. All right, guys.
Great.
Remember, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on some of the timepieces that we went over today. Give the video a thumbs up, share it, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Bye.